Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Welcome back for another video. Today, I have an article from Kitco News talking about the Commerce Bank seeing $18 silver price by the end of the year in a positive environment. So this is a new article posted today, July 25th, and the link will be in the description if you guys want to check it out. I'm gonna read it, kind of go over things that I think stick out to me and share some of my opinion on this. I did actually just post a video a couple days ago giving you guys a poll video asking you guys what you thought silver's price would be by the end of the year. If you want to go check out those results, check out the video I posted 2 days ago. It's really interesting, and also more interesting to see the comments on why you guys think silver's price is going to be that. So anyways, let's hear this. This is an article from Alan Sikora, and this was posted today. So it starts off by saying the Commerce Bank looks for silver prices to rise to $18 an ounce by the end of 2019 and gaining further on gold, according to the outlook issued by analysts Thursday. So it's interesting because we finally saw gold break past this $1,400 resistance, and I was thinking that silver would follow suit since silver is gold's little brother, and especially since gold held that resistance so strongly for so long at 1400 that I thought once it broke past that it would drive more media attention. Investors would think it would start to rally and put more money into it. But actually it seems like right now silver is still the much better buy because gold is at a much higher price right now. So silver is the undervalued asset to invest in. So anyways, it goes on to say the environment for silver remains positive, they wrote. After breaking out of the sideways trend, which has been trading since mid-2018, there's further upside potential for the silver price. Both silver and gold should benefit from expected rate cuts by both U.S. Federal Reserve and European central banks. Commerce Bank said since silver is significantly undervalued compared to gold, there's a catch-up potential in silver, analysts continued. And that's basically what I was just mentioning. Since the silver and gold ratio is finally lowering, it was 92 to 1, meaning it takes 92 ounces of silver to equal or equate to 1 ounce of gold. That's extremely overpriced or out of whack. That ratio is way too high. It has to normalize back down, and it's starting to around 89 to 1, meaning either silver has to appreciate in value or gold has to depreciate. And right now it's looking like people are thinking that silver is going to appreciate and try to catch up to gold's natural price. Anyways, they're saying we therefore revising our year-end forecast for silver up to $18 per troy ounce, previously $16.50. They wrote. This would put the gold to silver ratio at 83, which roughly corresponds to its levels at the start of the year. And 83 to 1 is a much more healthy ratio than 92 to 1. And this is that I'm glad that they're mentioning this because the gold to silver ratio is really important looking forwards to try to put any type of prediction on silver or gold's price. The gold to silver ratio is extremely important for many different factors, and I always mention it, and I never can mention it enough to you guys. It's a very good indicator to see where their prices are heading. Anyways, they go on to say the gold to silver ratio measures how many ounces of silver it takes to buy 1 ounce of gold, with a smaller number reflecting outperformance by silver and vice versa. The ratio hit a 27-year high of nearly 94 to 1 in early June, which I've talked about plenty on this channel. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. And this meant that silver was at its lowest via gold since 1992. That's crazy. Historically, the ratio has been around 40 to 1, but that's been over the last couple decades. But right now, we do see it much higher. This may well be the reason why market participants searching for lower price alternatives following the steep increase in the gold price stumbled across silver again, a precious metal that had long been neglected. And it's interesting because now, since gold has finally broke past $1,400, media attention is starting to get around to it, and social media has a huge influence on precious metals because this is how people find out their stuff, especially people like Kitco News posting these articles about gold's price breakout. It drives people into the precious metals world, and then when they hear about silver and the undervalued aspect of it, how much potential there is, then they start investing into that. So it's really good. It's healthy for this to be happening. So anyways, this ratio stood around 86 as the Commerce Bank report, which the bank noted it's still extremely high level historically. The ratio was 82 at the start of the year, and the bank said the multi-year average is 63. And the silver is likely to make further gains next year, largely in tandem with gold. We're saying that silver price of $19 per troy ounce at the end of the 2020 is previously $18. So they're saying that even it could be $19 an ounce at the end of 2020, which is interesting because there's a lot of factors in 2020 that are going to be influencing silver's price. We have the 2020 presidential election coming, which can be huge things, especially when the economy's in a very scared or panicky mind state, especially with all the riots that will probably happening, especially if Trump does stay in office, all the things will be happening. This could really put the economy at a panic state, and that's usually when people are more in a prepper mind state, not trusting banks or governments, and they switch their assets to precious metals. Anyways, analysts said flows into the silver-backed exchange traded funds have been unprecedented. They noted the ETFs tracked by Bloomberg registered inflows of more than 1,900 tons of silver in the first 3.5 weeks of July, which is 4 times as much as all of June. Inflows last month were just under 470 tons, which had been the highest monthly tally in round years. So that's really interesting to see that it's happening it's appreciating at these rates. You would think it would be much slower, especially compared to gold. The last time there was a monthly inflow of even nearly on that scale was 13 years ago when the first silver ETFs were launched. Future speculators also have turned bullish on the metal in recent weeks after previously holding on a net bearish position, analysts pointed out. So this was a really interesting article. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about this. I definitely think that silver does have potential. I do think that if silver is going to rally, it's not going to be really it's not going to be something that's happening overnight. Silver's not going to reach $30 or $40 overnight. It's going to be more of a slower, gradual increase in price. Probably competing or correlating to gold and silver. Gold might rise a little bit, then silver might drag on a little bit more. Right now we see gold at $1,413.50. It's down 11.8. Silver's at $16.38, down 0.19. And that's interesting to see. Gold is obviously down more than silver. But looking at the bigger picture, these are still extremely low prices, especially if you look at the bigger picture, the overall picture. If you hold a 1 ounce silver coin in your hand and you say that this coin is worth $16.38, you can easily tell that's extremely undervalued. Even with gold, especially a 1 ounce gold coin, these precious metals are so undervalued in the bigger picture that it's really hard to even try to explain to people what spot price is or how it's even relevant in today's world. The dollar's lost nearly 98% of its purchasing power. We're like $24 trillion in debt. So how much money or fiat currency compared or correlating to silver's value is it's not even comparable anymore. You can't even put a dollar amount on silver or gold because it's so much more beneficial in the everyday world compared to fiat currency. If you keep your money in your savings account, that loses value over the years with hyperinflation. Gold and silver are the only true time capsules to transfer your wealth into something that preserves its wealth over the years, and it will always be doing that. It always has been valuable for thousands upon thousands of years. So it's interesting to see. I definitely think that silver has a lot more potential than gold right now. I think that over the years, people are going to see the value or the beneficial properties of silver more than gold. And not saying that gold's going to depreciate, but I feel like the gold to silver ratio is definitely going to go back to around 50 or 60 to 1. Not saying that gold's a bad investment, because there is a lot of potential in gold. I've talked about this several times. Gold's also a really good place to store lots of value in a small space, where you can hold thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars in a shoebox with gold, but you can't do that with silver. You'll need a very large storage space for it. So that can be very inconvenient for some circumstances, but depending on yourself, it really does play. A lot of people do diversify into both, and that's something else I also want to bring up. You don't have to just pick one or the other. A lot of people do invest in gold and silver. Like for me, every about 100 ounces of silver I accumulate, I get probably a tenth or a half ounce of gold, or maybe a fourth ounce. So I still do try to keep the ratios at some type of corresponding state where I'm not just all in silver, because gold definitely does have a lot of beneficial properties as well. It's not like it's just picking one side or the other. You always want to diversify. I have not really gotten to platinum or palladium. Those are things I still have to learn more about and learn the value of them, how those markets work, because just to say this as well, not even comparing silver to cryptocurrency or Bitcoin to gold or whatever, but even gold and silver have different markets and rise at different rates with different things influencing their prices. Like gold to silver comes out the ground roughly 9 to 1, but a lot of silver is lost in technology where a lot of gold is remelted. You know, most people remelt their gold with their rings or their necklaces and jewelry, but silver's used a lot in the technological world, so a lot of that silver is being lost. So there is different markets, even though they are both precious metals, there are different markets that influence prices in both types of aspects at different rates. So that's something to consider when you are investing into both. So they do move at different rates. Yes, silver is gold's little brother, but there is different fundamental factors that will value or come to terms into what the price does over the next coming months or years. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button. Like I said before, the link will be in the description of this if you want to check it out yourself. I'm curious what you guys think about this. Do you think silver is going to hit $18 by the end of the year? And if you don't, then why? Or why do you think it will? You know, I would love to hear your input and advice on this. You know, you guys are extremely smart, and you guys know just as much, if not more, than I do. My channel is a platform to talk about it all. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.